Okay, so last time we were working on the U, and if you're new here for the first time, welcome. Don't worry, we're not going to do anything today that you can't do just coming to this class as the first time. But if you were here before, we're going to go over your extra practice words. If you want to try them with me, feel free. Now, do I have the right one? Yes, we're working on long versus short O. And the way to tell if a word is long or short is the tap to rule. And it works for almost any vowel. When you come to a vowel, if you want to know if it's going to make its long sound, its name, or its short sound, its most common sound, you do the tap to rule. Look at the next two letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then the vowel that you are on will probably say its name or its long sound. If not, it will probably make its short sound. There are some exceptions, but we're going to go over those in class. The biggest exception is I. I in the middle will almost always, I don't know of one time that it breaks this rule. I in the middle syllable. So if there's a syllable on each side of it, it will almost always, I'm going to say always because I can't think of an exception, say I. Even if there's another vowel, one or two doors down, I in the middle is a rule breaker and it will say I. But for the most part, when you come to a vowel, look at the next two letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then the vowel that you're on will probably say its name. So number one is, if you can see, those next two letters are consonants. O is going to say ah. Number one is raft. Raft. Number two, drump. Drump. Number three, clostomp. Clostomp. Number four, chotob. That's an example of two O's in the same word that can say two different things based on where it sits in the word and the letters that surround it. That first O is going to say O because there is another vowel one or two doors down. The next O is not going to say O because there is not another vowel one or two doors down. I have a question in the chat. Are you going to cover R controlled vowels? I'm so glad you asked because we're going to spend a whole month on R controlled vowels. As a matter of fact, I think it is next month. April. April is all about R controlled vowels, and W also controls vowels. So we are going to go over R and W all next month. Number 5. Same thing. This O says O, this O says ah because of the next two letters. So number 5 is dromosh. Dromosh. Number 6, thatrod. Thatrod. Number 7, tronost. Tronost. Be very careful when you say a TR together that it doesn't turn into a chur. Keep that t-er sound. Tronost. Number 8, slow somp trump. Slow somp trump. Seeing that poor bird that just banged into my window. Now he's just hopping around outside. I'm gonna have a hard time looking at that. I'll have to close my blinds, poor little thing. Number 9, lotond. Lotond. 10, flompock. Flompock. Okay, so this time we're going to be going over the OA vowel team, but first let's do some phonemic awareness warm-up. So please put in the chat how many sounds in backpack. There are 2 quick sounds in backpack. Try to stretch it as much as you can, and getting those 2 quick sounds as well. The B and the P are quick. Make sure you grab those. Sounds in backpack, we're putting it in the chat. Okay, so remember to not think about the letters. We're only thinking about sounds. This is the best way to strengthen your reading skills, is to strengthen your awareness of each sound within the word. So there are in backpack b, a, 6 sounds. There's more letters than that, but there's only 6 sounds in backpack. B-a-k. CK is also a very quick sound. I should have added that as well. It's hard to stretch out quick sounds, so you just have to kind of grab onto them and count them as well. Okay, try how many sounds in shamrock. This one has all stretchable sounds except for the very last one. Shamrock. Count them and put it in the chat. Okay, I'm getting guesses all over the place, actually. A lot of different guesses. So let's go over this. I want you to, I stopped sharing the screen so that you could see my mouth. If you can see the sound as well as hear the sound, then it will help to isolate each one. And you can see the sound by the shape of one's mouth. If it's yourself, you would feel the sound. So you're going to add more senses to really solidify this in your mind. So when I make the sounds in shamrock, I want you to notice how many times my mouth changes shape. It will change shape every time the sound changes. Watch. Sh, ah, ah. One more time. Watch how my mouth changes with every shape, with every sound, I mean. Sh, ah. 6 shapes, 6 sounds. And we'll go over more on that see the shape as we continue. If you can feel or be aware of the different shapes that your mouth is in to form each sound, you'll be able to isolate them even more. That was a hard one. So this next one, truck, it's not as easy as you might think because of that first consonant blend. When I went over the extra practice lessons from last week, do you remember I said, be careful of that TR sound that it doesn't turn into a chur. It's hard to break those 2 letters apart, but try. How many sounds in truck? Better. Loving looking at this chat. That's so much better. Yay. Oh my. Truck has r, 4 sounds. R, 5 letters, but only 4 sounds. That CK makes a sound. The C, the K, and the CK all make one sound. No voice, only air. The CK is a digraph. 2 letters that make one sound. They all make the same sound. Voiceless, no air. I mean, no voice, only air. All right. So to our new reading rule for today, OA is a vowel team, 2 letters that make one sound, and it says O. And you can know that from the tap 2 rule, because when you come to that O, you're going to look at the next 2 letters. One of them is another vowel, so he is going to say its name, O. OA says O, just like the name of that letter. OA will come at the beginning and middle of words only. You will never spell O at the end of a word using an OA. That will only come at the beginning, like oat or oatmeal or in the middle, like coat, moat, cloak. Okay. So let's try working through these. I'm going to do mine and feel free to follow along with me. I'm going to circle my vowel team and mark it. I know that the OA says O, so I'm going to put an O here with a long, the symbol for the long sound over it. A line means it's the long sound. A brev means it's the short sound. When I pencil read it, whoops, it's going to sound like this. D-O-P, dope, dope, dope. Okay, try yours. I'm going to be quiet while you work. There's that TR. Be very careful how you pronounce that. Okay, so when we pencil read this, it's T. T is a voiceless sound. No voice, only air. It's just T. R, O, another voiceless sound. Make sure it's not ta or pa, because I will enter more sounds into your word. So here we have trope, trope, trope. Okay, number 2 on mine. I see this OA is a vowel hack that we just learned today. It says O. When I pencil read this, I'm noticing already that there's an N and an R in there. If you've been before, you know that L, N, and R are the letters that will cause the most trouble when you're trying to read. So you pay really close attention and be the boss of those words. Don't let them out. Don't let them switch around. So here is an R and here's an N. So be sure to grab those. Here we have a T, R, O, N, D. Troned, troned, troned. Try yours. There is also an R and an N in yours. Sure, I can. So when we pencil read this, we have a R-O-N-D. Proned. Proned. Make sure you grab every one of those sounds. Remember, your mouth is going to change shape with every sound. We dot them so that you can make sure that you grab each one. Because if you struggle with reading, and it's probably because some of those letters in the word, they just exit, right? Or some random ones just come on in. Or sometimes they just kind of get mixed up a little bit. That's why we pencil read, to make sure that everyone is organized. And then when you read it slowly all in one breath, then you won't miss any. Proned, proned. Welcome. I got a request to use a different highlighter. Thank you. I should have realized that. Okay, so my number 3, I'm going to mark my vowels. I know that the OA says O, and let's figure out this O. We're going to do the tap 2 rule. Look at the next 2 letters. If one of them is another vowel, then he's going to say its name. If not, it won't. Here's a letter, here's a blank space. The rule still applies. No, there's not another vowel there, so no, it's not going to say its name. It's going to say its regular short sound, ah. So when I pencil read this word, it's p, o, o, s, t, ah. I'm going to go slow on this one, one letter at a time. Pull, plow, close, closed, close stop, close stop, close stop. I had a private lesson last week with one of you guys who's here tonight. So kudos to you. I won't say your name, but we were going over some, I don't remember if they were real or nonsense words, but she did this trick where you just do one letter at a time, and man, she grabbed every single one all the way down. It was a beautiful thing to watch her grab every single grapheme while she did that. Okay, let's try yours, number 3. Are you paying special attention to that R and L? Don't let those out. Don't let them switch around. And on this sound ah, I want your jaw to be dropped. So on the first one, O, your mouth makes a more of a pucker shape, O. But on this ah, your jaw is dropped so that that sound is deeper. Ah. So the sounds are O, p, o, ah, p. Nice chopped jaw on that ah. So it's completely different from the O. One letter at a time. We have fur, fro, from, fromp, fromple, frompla, fromplop, fromplop. Please put in the chat if you got fromplop, because that was not an easy one. If you didn't, that is okay. Perfection not required. Nice, Con. Excellent. I'm so happy. Nice. Don't worry, Aloma, you'll get it. Okay. Next one. That was a hard one. That's why I asked. Try number 4. I'm going to mark my vowels. Here we have a vowel team. Our vowel hack for the day. OA says O. And here we're going to mark our short vowel. We know it's short because we're tapping 2, and no, there's not another vowel there. So no, it's not going to say O. It's going to say its normal short sound, ah. So when we pencil read this word, we have O, P, O, ah, T, O, plot, O, plot. So here's a trick that I want to teach you. The trick to reading is to get your mouth to make the shape of the next letter as fast as you can. So for instance, when I look at this last one that we just did, O-plot. Here's what could happen if you didn't make the next sound as quick as possible. It could go O, pa, don't let that in there. O, ah. If you keep those breaks in there, then it's hard to blend them together. But if you make the shape of that next sound, remember we're trying to see and feel the sound as fast as possible. If you make your mouth form that transition from one shape into the next shape as fast as possible, then it will blend a lot easier. It'll go, oh, plot. So like when you're on that P, the P is like a spitting sound. It's not natural to put that L sound next. The shape that your mouth is in when it makes the L sound is your tongue goes between your teeth. So to do what I'm suggesting, you're going to make that spitting P sound, the P, and then as soon as you can, put your tongue between your teeth to make that L sound. Pull, pull. And then your tongue's between your teeth. Then you're going to drop your jaw to make the next shape as soon as possible. Plaw. And then you're going to spit out the next sound. Plot. So making the shape of the next sound as soon as possible is an easy way to blend those sounds without there being these awkward breaks in between. And we'll practice that a little bit more. For now, let's look at yours. Go ahead and mark your vowels, and I'll be quiet while you work. Do what I just suggested. Try to form the next shapes, the next sound's shape as fast as possible. Pay attention to that R. This is going to be the hardest part, the TR. On the TR, as soon as you spit out that T, your mouth is going to pucker right up. Tur. Okay. So when we pencil read this word, it's O, ah, t. When you blend that fast, it's trot, trot. Will you please put in the chat if what I have just shared with you makes sense? And maybe if it helped you in that last word. Good. Okay, nice. All yeses and a double yes. Excellent. You're welcome. Okay. How much time do we have? 5 minutes. Let's see, what do I want to? Best way to spend the last 5 minutes with you. I think I want to go down to our extra practice. And can you see if you can find a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern? If you find one, put the number of that word in the chat for me. Okay, I'm seeing that number 3 has one. So here's a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Beautiful. Any others? Number 4. Yeah, there's a few. Okay. So I want to show you that because whenever you can see a vowel, consonant, consonant, you can divide that word right between the 2 consonants and then break it into tiny little parts. So let's try that on number 3. Here's the vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. I'm going to divide it right here. And then I'm going to read each part as if it were its own word. And then I'll just blend those 2 together. So here we have a digraph, 2 letters that make one sound. Ch. Now what sound is this O going to make? It has 2 consonants after it. So we know it's going to make this short sound. This OA is going to make the long O sound, both because of the tap 2 rule and because of the reading hack that we just learned today. So if I were going to read just this first part, it would say ch-os, chos, done, A+. I just give myself an A+. For the bonus, let's try the next word. Here we have s-o-p, soap, soap. I just got another word correct. Nice. If you blend those, it is chaw soap. You only need to say the 2 S's once. Chaw soap. Chaw soap. Let's try this next one. Here's a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Split it right there. I'm going to mark my vowels. I know that one's short because there's 2 consonants after it. I know this is our new reading hack. It's going to make the long O sound. I'm going to do this first word first. Here we have another digraph, S-H, sh, ah, t, shot. Easy one. It's a normal word that we're used to, shot. Here we have t-o-b, tobe, tobe. Now you just have to combine the 2 words. Shatobe, shatobe. Okay, lastly, I'd like to know what word for your extra practice you would like me to do with you. Feel free to put it in the chat if you want me to do one with you. Okay. All right, because there are so many, I don't know who to pick. Pick who chose number 8 because they're new. So here we have, I'm going to mark my vowels. First, I'm going to circle all those guys. You know what? I was listening to a podcast on reading this morning, and I was about to cheer in the car because this person was advocating for Y being taught as a vowel in schools just from the beginning, because you were all taught that the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Well, Y is a vowel 94% of the time. So if we could just teach it as a vowel, then life would be a lot easier for those kids. Anyway, so I'm circling the vowels and the vowel teams. So here we have a ah because of those two consonants. Here we have a O, long O sound because of our new vowel hack. Here we have another ah because there's not another vowel 1 or 2 doors down. When I pencil read, first, I know it's long. I don't have to read it all right now. Right now, I'm going to put a dot underneath each sound to tell my brain that I know each sound, and it will just reduce the anxiety. So here we have k, o, ah, s, o, t, ah, d. O, ah, s, o, t, ah, d. And I'm going to go one letter at a time. Cl, claw, class, classo, classome, classome, classomter, classomtra, classomtrod, classomtrod, classomtrod. Okay, yay. I'm glad I took you a minute late because I was a minute late getting here. So any questions? Now's the time that you can unmute. I got a message. I can't believe I read classomtrod. Oh, that's a happy day.